So next question, what is Indian Ocean Dipole? We discuss the combined impact of with El Nino on monsoon in India. So Indian Ocean Dipole and discuss the combined impact of El Nino and on monsoon in India. So here Indian Ocean Dipole is also, so Sisu Ranjan he also gave his answer. Indian Ocean Dipole is also known as Indian Nino. Is a irregular oscillation of sea surface temperature in which the western Indian Ocean becomes alternately warmer. So in which the western Indian Ocean becomes, so western Indian Ocean, mainly western side, becomes alternatively warmer and then colder than the eastern part of the ocean. Positive IOD. So during the positive Indian Ocean Dipole, the eastern equatorial Indian Ocean of Sumatra and Indonesia becomes colder. So in Sumatra in Indonesia becomes colder than normal, while in western tropical part of the Indian Ocean near the African coast becomes usually warm. Such an event has been found to be beneficial for the monsoon. Negative Indian Ocean Dipole. The eastern equatorial Indian Ocean of Sumatra in Indonesia becomes automatically warm, and while the western tropical part of the ocean near the African coast becomes relatively colder. Thus, this effect obstructs the progression of monsoons over India. Impact of Indian Ocean Dipoles and El Nino. Indian Ocean depends upon not only El Nino, La Nina, but also Indian Ocean Dipoles and other such ocean phenomena. Indian Ocean Dipoles can either aggravate or weaken the impact of El Nino on Indian monsoon. If there is a positive Indian Ocean Dipole, it can bring good rains to Indian despite of an El Nino year. For example, positive Indian Ocean Dipole had facilitated normal or excess rainfall over India in 1983, 1984 and 1985. So for example, a positive Indian Ocean Dipole had facilitated normal or excess rainfall over India in 1983, 1984 and 1997 despite an El Nino in those years. Similarly, during years such as 1992, the negative Indian Ocean Dipole and El Nino had cooperatively produced deficient rainfall occur. The positive Indian Ocean Dipole 2007 appeared together with La Nina, which is a very rare phenomena that has happened only once in the available historical data in 1967. Here is a small diagram given. See it's the image. Okay, so it is India mainly. Here you can see, and here Africa, higher temperature here African side, and here lower temperature in the eastern Indian Ocean. So positive positive Indian Ocean Dipole. El Nino, which is positive Indian Ocean Dipole. El Nino, bad. But positive Indian Ocean Dipole is good for India, and El Nino time it is El Nino bad, then good, and negative Indian Ocean Dipole it is bad, El Nino bad, and bad deficient rainfall occur. So you can see in the positive Indian Ocean Dipole in the Africa side, high temperature, and the Sumatra Java very low temperature. You can see in the Indian side, eastern Indian side, and negative Indian Ocean Dipole very low temperature in the western eastern Africa, and in the eastern part of India, there is Sumatra Java. There you can see high temperature. So you can see positive Indian Ocean Dipole is very good for India. So you can see it. This in another some diagram. Here is given their explanation. Here is some of the explanation given. Here you can see. So a dipole is a temperature gradient of 2 points on the ocean surface. Such dipole is also found at Indian Ocean and is termed as Indian Ocean Dipole. So it is two types mainly. So you can see in the Africa side high temperature and low temperature. Here is positive Indian Ocean, and here in the negative Indian Ocean Dipole, there is, you can see in Africa side low temperature, and there is in the Sumatra Java there is high temperature, you can see. And positive Indian Ocean is very important and very good for India. Okay, so thank you.